Hey everyone, I'm Hoshi and welcome to a summary on Forza Horizon's Update 8. Now, if you follow my channel, you'll know I usually don't make too many news videos, but I want to start doing that a little bit more, and this update is actually going to be pretty meaty, so let's dive right into the first new part of the update, the Barrett-Jackson cars. This is a car pack originally from Motorsport 7 that includes 7 new cars for the Horizon series. There's not too much for me to say here, always happy to see new cars entering the game, but personally these just don't really suit my preference. But who knows? Again, can never be upset about new cars, and maybe some of these will surprise me. Let's move right on to something I've been eager to see though, the new festival playlist for the month. Starting with the overall playlist rewards, at 50% we have a Forza Edition Alpha, which is a pretty great car, but not super rare, so this is an alright pick for me. At 80% however, we have the very coveted Ford Crown Vic. This is normally only a car you can win from wheel spins, so a lot of people should be happy to see this. Now moving into the individual seasons, starting with summer, at 50% completion we get the Mercedes-AMG GT 4-door, which I think is a great pick, and at 80% the Hot Wheels Twin Mill, which I think is another great pick. A lot of people will be happy to have another chance to get that car. And for the Summer Seasonal Championship, you'll be able to pick up the new-to-the-game Mercedes-Benz X-Class. Moving on to autumn, the 50% reward is the Ferrari 599 XX Evo, which I know a lot of people are going to be excited about, me included. And the 80% reward is the older Mercedes-Benz 280 SL. A pretty good car, but not something that suits my fancy. And then the autumn seasonal championship is going to reward another brand new car, the 58 Plymouth Fury. On to winter, you're looking at the 67 Chevy Chevelle for the 50% reward, and 80% will give you a Lykan Hypersport. You'll also be getting a Pterodyne Gurkha for the trial in the winter, which I think should be kind of fun. I'm looking forward to trying that car out actually. And finally for spring, the 50% reward gives you a '09 Vauxhall Corsa, and the 80% reward gives you an Easter Bunny outfit, because it does coincide with Easter. You'll also be getting a Lancia Delta for the seasonal championship, as well as some bunny ears to go with the outfit. So to me, it seems like they've been taking some good feedback on the festival playlist, and as well as reducing the percentage requirements for the rewards, they've also made it so that the newer cars are at the 50% reward or just from the trial or championship, so they're just in general a lot more achievable. So with every new month's festival playlist, we also get a showcase remix, and there's not too much to say here other than I like that they're able to take old content and kind of refresh it, because especially in the older games like Horizon 3, you would do the showcases once and then never touch them again. They just kind of become hopefully fond memories. But I like that they're able to kind of bring that content back. It probably doesn't take too much dev time for them to do these remixes, but it gets people to play the old content again in a slightly new way. So definitely a fan of that, but not too much to comment on. So let's get to something I definitely can comment on, Drift Adventure. So honestly, I've always been hoping for a Drift Rivals mode, but they teased Drift Adventure I think during the last update live stream, and I'll be honest, I was pretty worried that it was going to be executed poorly. But I'm happy to say that most of my worries are gone. It really seems like they took some care into making sure that both newer or more experienced drifters are both going to be happy with this game mode. We have things like splitting all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive. That's huge. I know a lot of people are going to be happy with that. It also splits by class. That one's a little more obvious, but it's still nice to see. There's also no collision, so there's really no opportunities for griefing. And then during the live stream, they kind of gave a little bit more information as to how the scoring system actually works, which is kind of interesting. So your drift score is based off how much angle you have and how fast you're going, which I think most people could probably figure out. But the interesting information was that the speed bonus for your score tops out at 90 miles per hour. So at 90 miles per hour, there's no extra benefit for going faster. You should just focus on more angle. So that was kind of a cool little piece of info that will probably help some drifters get some higher scores. They also let us know that the drift camera from Motorsport 7 would be making its way to Horizon 4 in this update, which is another thing I'm really happy about. If you don't know what that is, there is footage of it on screen here, but basically while you're in the driver cockpit camera mode, it moves the camera left and right for you instead of just pointing straight ahead so that you can see the road ahead of you while your car is sideways. But to get back to Drift Adventure, they'll have both ranked and unranked adventures, and I'm really excited to get my hands on this. I actually don't play that much online racing, and this might be a little bit more up my alley. This might be something I can just kind of hop into and relax a little bit more with, which is not super easy for me to do with the normal racing as it is now. But while we're on the topic, let's talk about online adventure and what they're changing for Update 8. Starting with something I know a lot of you have been waiting to hear, Free Roam Rush is gone. I'm personally really excited about this. I've talked about this on the channel before, and it's interesting how polarizing people's opinions are on it, but again, personally, I'm really happy to see this gone. This will definitely help me be more happy jumping into online racing. But that's not it. There is also no collision for the first 30 seconds of races, which is kind of an interesting change because in a way, I fear that this is going to make all-wheel drive cars more overpowered because now there's nothing stopping them from breaking away from the pack at the beginning of a race. I was really hoping to see something that would give rear and front wheel drives more of a chance in online racing for this update, but we'll get back to that. There are some other good changes coming in Update 8 though. For one, S2 dirt racing has been removed, and I'm personally really happy about this because, interesting fact, there's actually 0 cars of any rally or any off-road category in the auto show that will hit the top of S2 class. So it was kind of weird that they even had that in there because it was always dominated by non-rally cars or pretty much just the Hoonigan RS200. So happy to see that gone and replaced with B-class racing, which again, super happy about. They need to bring slower cars back. It's easier to drive, they can be more fun to drive sometimes, and it's overall just a more enjoyable racing experience because with the top of S2 class, some people just don't know how to control those cars well in an online environment. And with B class, there's less wall riding or less ramming, but speaking of those things, they've sadly pushed off the wall riding fix another time. I feel like this is maybe the 3rd time they've pushed off a wall riding fix. But I'm glad that they're at least addressing it. It seems like they're kind of expanding on the scope of it to not just include wall riding, but any type of ramming or griefing, which I'm happy to hear about. The big question now is, for one, I guess, is it even going to come in Update 9? And 2, will it even work? Because once that system is implemented, it's going to be really upsetting if you get unfairly penalized or if there's some way to kind of get around that griefing system. So I'm just kind of waiting on this one. I'm curious to see how it'll work, but I have high hopes. Moving forward, there were still more things to add to Update 8. For one, 100 new cars are getting wheel spacers, which if you watch my car review series, you'll know I'll be very happy about. And then there's a new tool for the livery editor. It's a layer masking tool, and if you're familiar with GIMP or Photoshop, that should be a familiar term to you, but either way, I'll have some footage on the screen here. And this should open up a ton of options for livery creators, as well as just being a big quality of life aspect for some people. I'm really excited to see what new stuff comes out of this. And it's just nice to get new updates to the editor, because that's not usually something they focus on. Moving on, they went into a bit of a Q&A session, as well as talking a bit about Update 9, mentioning that Custom Adventure would be coming then. Another update I'm really excited for. I think with Update 8 and Update 9, we should be in a pretty good place with the Forza Online, so really happy to see Update 9 already. And then with the Q&A, they talked about a lot of points that were just nice to hear. They talked about car licensing issues, the True Skills system. They mentioned that more body kits might be coming to existing cars. So that kind of stuff was nice to hear. They did say that Expansion 2 would be coming in the first half of 2019. So I'm expecting during the Update 9 live stream, we'll probably see a trailer for that. But either way, even though this is mostly information we knew, it's nice to get a solid confirmation from the devs. They also mentioned that previous Forzathon shop cars will be coming back, so if you missed a rare car in the past, chances are you'll be seeing it again soon. And that's pretty much everything there is coming in Horizon 4's Update 8. And just something I want to kind of bring up quick here, I was watching the live stream on YouTube today and talking in chat, and quite a few of you guys actually recognized me and were saying hi and saying super nice things about me and the channel, and that just totally made my day. Today, the day of the live stream, was actually my birthday, and that was just like this little extra bonus gift that you guys, this community, gave to me. So thank you, thank you, thank you for that. Seriously, I was sitting on my phone screenshotting like every time somebody said hi to me or said something great about the channel. So again, that was huge. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.